Hi, in this documentary we'll be exploring 4 different directors: Sergio Leone, Wes Anderson, Edgar Wright and Martin Scorsese. We'll be particularly exploring their work and different genres. Let's jump straight into the works of Sergio Leone.
Sergio Leone was born on the 3rd of January 1929 in Rome, Italy. He was a director, producer and screenwriter and had 30 active years in the industry before he died in 1989 from a heart attack. He is now buried in the cemetery in Patricia de Mare in Italy. His most recognised work would be The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, filmed in 1965, and Once Upon a Time in America, filmed in 1968. He worked with some well-known actors. For instance, he worked with Aldo Sombra II on more than one occasion, also along with Clint Eastwood. Western movies are commonly known as the genre that is concerned around stories that are normally set in the late 19th century, in the old American West. Most are normally set around the American Civil War time, which is normally based around 1865. However, spaghetti western films are a broad subgenre of western films that is brought into the mix in the mid-1960s, which is known as the wake of Sergio Leone's filmmaking style.
Now that we have learnt about Sergio Leone, let's go and learn about Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright is a quadruple threat. This means he can act, produce, screenwrite and most importantly direct. He studied film at Bournemouth College at the age of 16, originally planned to be an animator. His original passion for animation could link to his influence of comic books and comical action. His personality can be certainly expressed through his style of editing. He commonly uses fast styles of editing such as whip pans, crash zooms and montages. To portray his comical personality, he uses frequent actors such as Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. His biggest successes have been Shaun of the Dead, which he directed back in 2004, and the Marvel classic Ant-Man, which he directed in 2014. His most recent work he directed in 2017 was Baby Driver, starring Ansel Elgort. Along with that, his net worth is worth $10 million.
See, I knew you'd get over her. Who the hell put this on?
It's all random.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, please, John. You know what we should do tomorrow? Keep drinking. Have a pint of the King's Head, go down for a couple of shots down the Little Princess, stagger back here and bang! That's a good night out, that is.
No.
Come on, man. Talk to me.
She said if she stayed with me, she'd end up like all these old fuckers in here.
That's harsh. These are not sad old fuckers. They're rich, interesting characters.
Like who?
Snake Hips. Always surrounded by women. Bigamist. Strangled his first wife with a draft excluder. Invented the mobile disco.
Now time for Martin Scorsese.
Okay. Martin Scorsese was born in Queens, New York on November the 17th. He grew up in Little Italy, which later gave him inspiration for many of his movies. He attended New York University School of Film, where he made numerous prize-winning short films and he had his first taste of the industry. He first met frequent collaborator Robert De Niro on the set of Mean Streets. Scorsese later went on to direct him in award-winning films such as Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Casino, and De Niro's Oscar-winning performance in Raging Bull. Scorsese is famous for basing his films on corrupt authority. For example, The Departed, starring Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio, is based on an undercover cop and gang member trying to investigate each other without getting caught. We aim to remake a scene out of The Departed to let us understand more about Scorsese's creative process. From this we learnt that Scorsese's films are generally dark in terms of cinematography. He also prefers a long cutting rate to a short cutting rate. We did it.
To many, Wes Anderson is considered to be amongst the greatest filmmakers of all time. With several award-winning films, such as The Grand Budapest Hotel, Moonrise Kingdom and The Royal Tenenbaums. Many film analysts have raised the question of why have Anderson's films been so successful. To find this out, we have to go back to Anderson's childhood. When Anderson was 8 years old, his parents divorced. In an interview once, Anderson described it as the most crucial event of his and his brothers growing up. I believe it is this critical event which he uses to fuel his scripts and his creative processes. The majority of his 9 feature-length films have revolved around dysfunctional families and parental abandonment. In Rushmore, Bill Murray's character played the bad father and husband. Gene Hackman played a near-identical character in The Royal Tenenbaum. If you think that connection sounds weird, Angelica Huston played an archaeologist mother in The Royal Tenenbaums, and as one of the props, Anderson asked her to wear his mother's glasses. His mother was an archaeologist. Seemingly, Anderson regurgitates the same stories from real-life experiences. This is possible as he is what is often referred to as an auteur. Him being an auteur means he is involved in every stage of the creative process, from brainstorming story ideas to choosing the song for the credits. Him being the director, producer, and writer of a production means that he can well and truly tell the story he wants to tell. It's not just the themes his films revolve around that make them so successful. It's the shot types he uses, the soundtracks in each film, the recurring actors who have roles written for them. Wes Anderson is such a successful filmmaker as he is able to well and truly let loose and transform what he thinks into a reality. We hope that you have found this documentary informative. Have a good one.
We did it.